Today, I'm going to guide you through how I maintain a high CS average like 7 to 8, 9, while also dropping a ton of kills in very high elo games. Let's just get straight into it. The first thing that I always do, almost no matter what, like it doesn't matter what's going on in the game, I will probably full clear, okay? Unless someone is willing to walk into me and just die, then I'm gonna go full clear. So as you'll see in this game, we're just doing our full clear. I'm gonna skip along a little bit. I do check top lane as I'm finishing my last camp. There'll be some... You see, right? You see? Cassante was like 1 health under tower. If I was playing Lee Sin, maybe I'd show up under the tower and dive him. But I'm playing Lillia, okay? It's probably not worth it. I'm gonna keep up my tempo. I see Vi ganking mid lane. Okay, pay attention to that. When you see this, you should look at what kind of buff she has. Right? It's very important. If you're doing your 4th camp and the enemy jungler is ganking, what does that mean? That means the enemy jungler just ganked after doing 3 camps, which means that she only has 1 buff. And if you just look at the jungler with your camera, see if they have red buff or blue buff. It's a little bit obvious here because she came from the blue side, but now I know that her entire red side is up and she's low health. So maybe there's something I can do with that information. And I should know where she is for the next 30 seconds, 1 minute, you know? We just keep doing our clear. Keep that in mind. I'm ready for a fight. Around the scuttle. Bot lane is fighting. I'm gonna look, but I'm gonna finish the scuttle first. Smite it. Look at that. Vi is ganking. And here you see, people always ask me. Okay, actually, well, people do ask me, but I always see this on like Lillia communities, like the Discord or their subreddit. People always tell me, wow. Or people, they don't tell me, but people always say, Lillia is weak early game. You wanna full clear and stay safe. Listen, I agree. You wanna full clear, but staying safe, I don't know. Here, let's go back. Why did this go so well? I understood where Vi would be. Now Vi just skipped more camps. She's level 3 for this gank. And I'm level 4. I'm full health. And I'll tell you guys this, okay? Lillia is extremely strong early game, as long as you hit your spells. Obviously, I have Tomo here, who's an LCS AD carry, so he played it pretty well. But I get the flash Q. Now, what makes Lillia extremely strong early game is if you can guarantee hit the center of your W. Because watch this damage. Boom, nuked. Now, pro tip, you guys are playing as Vi. If she's running away, just stay in front of her so she can't Q away. See, she has to Q into me, and she loses. Alright, anyway, pretty good fight. Now I'm 2-0. So how do we push this lead? The way you push this lead is you full clear, and now I know that whatever fight I want to take, I can take, and I'm probably going to win that fight. So knowing that information, you should be thinking to yourself as you come out of base, what's my next play? What's my next fight? Since I'm so strong, I want to fight pretty soon. And usually on this timer, although I think it changed this patch, so it's going to be different now, the Void Grubs respond, okay? I think on the newest patch, the Void Grubs don't spawn for another 30 seconds, a minute. But I know that if Vi shows up here, I'll just kill her again. So I'm going to do them straight away. I don't even care that they had wards. Vi doesn't fight me, but she managed to get the gank top. That's fine. Here, you need to ask yourself, you know, this is a hard question. Do you walk all the way to your wolves or do you recall? And it's a little awkward, right? Because you know, we already recalled. We don't want to recall again. But walking to your wolves is going to take forever. It's going to take similar amounts of time for you to just recall and walk to your wolves. So you might as well recall, buy an amplifying tome, and then walk. That's exactly what I do. And here, as Lillia, I want you to pause here. You can do an exercise for yourself. You can ask yourself, what should you be thinking about right now? Okay? Lock in your answer with the like button. Or the subscribe button. I don't know, whichever button is available to you. You should probably subscribe though. Anyway, the one thing you should be thinking about right now is your level. You're about to hit level 6 off this camp, okay? As a jungler, you should be really aware of your item power spike, or your level power spikes, and your item power spikes, but more importantly, your level power spike here on Lillia is incredible. If you hit level 6, you can pretty much guarantee the next play to work, especially when you're this strong. So I know that after this Gromp, I'm going to be level 6, so I'm going to be thinking to myself, where can I find my next play? And right now, it looks like my next play is the Dragon. I can't really gank mid or bot right now, but you should also remember that you have to wait for your teammates to get back into lane in this situation, right? Because if you look mid lane, I mean, my Yasuo's pushed up now, but my bot lane's not even in their bot lane. So I wouldn't want to start Dragon straight away. I'm going to wait for my team to get in position. Notice how I waited for... Close. Notice how I waited for Yasuo to knock up the vibe before using my E. I see a lot of Lillia players just throwing out their E willy-nilly. But guys, our E is not very strong from long range. It's kind of up to the enemy team to walk into it if we throw it from far away. So just wait until you can get a guaranteed hit on it. You see that? It's guaranteed. Anyway, Echo gets away. It's another person ganking. Not much I can do about that. I'm out of mana. Now, at this point, what's going on? Are we gonna fight this dragon or not? So actually, I do do this dragon. I have bot lane pressure. I don't have mid lane pressure. I think for my Yasuo to ward my raptors, just so I know where Vi is. And I think the reason that I did this dragon is because I know that there's no camps for Vi bot lane, but there are camps for her top lane. Like all 3 of her camps are alive top lane. So I'm just assuming that she'll go top, which she does. And that ends up with me losing some of my camps. Which you can see, she took my raptors and I think she took my red. So I just walked to her red because I just saw it spawn. Yeah, she had red buff and her raptor spawn too. So it ends up being perfectly fine for me. But that's another thing. If you want to maintain a high CS average on Lillia, you have to understand and predict when the enemy jungler is taking your camps so that you can punish that by taking their camps. Alright. My bot lane lost, but maybe I can pick up some kills. Quay is too broken, so trying to be sneaky. Easy peasy. And now I'm recalling. Yeah, we have 70 CS at 9 minutes. It's going pretty good. 4 kills. You'll notice that like none of my ganks are forced, right? So for example, if you were to watch your own game, you should ask yourself, like, are my ganks forced or are they natural? So I think that if you look at this game, you'll understand how natural my ganks are. They're not like, I'm not going out of my way to gank. I'm just going where it seems like I might get a free kill. Here, kind of looks like I might get a free kill. Skarner's just broken, so it doesn't even need me. But the thing is, did I go out of my way to get this? It looks like my bot lane is getting like messed up. So if I were to run bot lane right now, I could die. I might already have my blue and my grump stolen. But after this play top, I'll just do the void grubs. Pretty much my goal is to always have something near me to do. Looks like Vi's dying, so it's gonna work out even better for me. I'm gonna be able to path down after doing the void grubs and get all my camps. Oh, but it looks like I go for the invade instead. Never bad to take enemy camps. And you should prioritize enemy camps over your own, because now I know how strong I am. I know that I can probably get the enemy grump and path all the way down to my blue buff. Get my blue and my grump. So now I just added an extra camp to my clear. You'll notice. So now after my clear, On this timer, when you're finishing your clear, just after every single clear at this point in the game, you should ask yourself if you have two things, okay? Do I have my flash and do I have my ult? So here, I don't have my flash, but I do have my ult and I'm very strong. So I don't really think I need my flash. So I'm gonna look after my clear. Instead of instantly recoiling, I'm gonna look for a play. It ends up being a little awkward. I think we just get cooked here. Yeah. Oh yeah. It ends up being very awkward because my Alistar like used all of his spells and stuff. And now they're just kiting us. So it's looking pretty tough. My Kalista wants to fight and he pings that he has his heal, so I just get ready to maybe make something happen. And my LCS AD carry is pretty good. Now we can do Dragon. I see Vi top, so there's no threat. And after Dragon now, where would you walk? Would you go to your top side, which is dark? Or would you go to your lit up bot side, or the enemy bot side, and take all their camps? Obviously, I think the answer is clear that you should go to the enemy bot side because you don't know what happened top side. Have you seen Vi bot side for a while? No, you haven't, right? So that probably means that she's been top lane doing something, okay? So she just killed our top laner, but she was there for a while. Do you think she only did 3 camps in a gank while I was doing the whole Fiesta bot lane? No, she probably took my camps. Most likely. Maybe she didn't, but I'm gonna assume she did. So I'm gonna hedge my bets and take the enemy camps. Then we see an angle, enemy team is pushed up. So obviously we'll just punish that. They used all their spells on me. I just get my slow off. Run away. Now I can recall. Now I see enemy Vi starting to... Oh look, my red buff is gone. She's starting to herald. I'm just gonna portal in. I have 2 items. I'm not scared of anything. Okay, another snipe. Let's go. Now I use my priority over the map to just take the mid tower. And I take the Herald next. You see, at this point in the game, I think what a lot of people start doing wrong is at this point in the game, people will be doing their camps again. But when you're 7-0-5 on Lillia, you are that guy, you know? Like, you're that champion. So you should not let the enemy team get any of these objectives. So I'm going to take the Herald first, and then I'm going to full clear. I'm not going to full clear right now, because there's just things to do on the map. The enemy team is all pushed in like this. Like, they're literally stuck on this side of the map. Like, you know, just take the Herald. Just skipping. I skip my Krugs here so I can, you know, be on the side of the map that my team is. And be ready for a play. And my team kind of starts fighting, so here I am. I think my team just runs it down, actually. Yeah, no, they definitely just ran it down. Good thing there's nothing, like, the enemy team just made a big play, but there's no objective for them to take, so it's all good. Maybe I can punish this guy, though. Here's a pro tip, guys. If you want to hit these bubbles that seem impossible to hit, what I like to do is I like to aim it slightly behind them. And in Challenger, most people will try to dodge your skill shot, so see that? He walks back into it, gets slowed. I want you to notice how I took my time and I didn't really I didn't get too anxious because my team was running it down. You know what I mean? Like, I let them die. I just did my camps. And then I took the fight when it looked like a good fight to me. Let me just redeploy the map. Once again, now I'll redeploy onto the map. And I'm just going to skip my red and my krugs because I don't care about those camps right now. I want to fight for the dragon. I want to use my tempo. Play fast. And now I can punish these guys for being so pushed up. Easy as that. That's another dragon for me. Now I'm 10-0. My CS is okay this game. It's not every game where, even if, like, sometimes you'll be fed on Lillia and you're not actually allowed to take every dragon. It's important to understand which dragons you're allowed to take and which ones you should give and try to take the enemy topside jungle. So that's the advice I give a lot of my students is ask yourself like a minute in advance before the dragon spawns if it's your dragon to take or if it's not. If it's not your dragon to take, try to invade the enemy jungle on the other side of the map. If it is your dragon to take, fight the dragon. Spend your gold. Pretty bad either by me. Alright, I got popped there. Hui is broken. Unlucky. My team ends up winning the fight. We should get the Baron. We don't get the Baron. That's okay. But yeah, like I was saying, there are some games where you don't get every objective. Like, I got every single Void Grub, I got the Herald, and I got every Dragon. So that means that naturally, my CS is going to be a little bit lower than it could be. There are more games where I have this many kills and I have 9 CS per minute, but this game I think I end up with like 7.5 CS per minute, which is still fine. It's still very good. But you just have to understand, like, sometimes in a game you should sacrifice your CS to push your lead. Because even though we're a champion that scales, if we have the lead, then we don't want the enemy team to have a chance to scale, you know, as well. That's why it's so important to take objectives that are yours. It's important to take enemy camps when the enemy has left them unattended, you know? You gotta push your lead in many ways. So here, pretty much, I have my flash and my ult, right? So I've ticked my 2 boxes. And I even have stopwatch, which is another box you can tick. So that means that if I Q flash ult the enemy team right now, they'll probably lose the game. We'll get Baron at least. So that's just what I'm looking for. So here, I just hit a random spell in the Ashe. I'd ult her. It's not the Q flash play that I was talking about. But sometimes, if your team is ready to follow up to a sleep like that, you just sleep their carry. Now the enemy team has to fight us at Baron, and they lost their AD carry. So let's see. How should you think about Barons like this is you are only hitting the Baron, right? When the enemy jungler is alive, you're only hitting the Baron to force the enemy team to come and fight you. You understand? So I just want the enemy team to come fight me, and then I'm gonna kill them. I don't actually want the enemy jungler to have a chance to 50-50 smite the Baron. This is unfortunate. Pretty sloppy fight for me. But they all end up dying. Like, it goes according to plan to an extent. We pick up all the kills. Since dragon is spawning, we're just gonna go straight to the dragon. Set the dragon up. My team knows that we should all just try to get there as fast as possible. Set up vision. Our Kalista is gonna get mid priority for us. So everyone is doing their job. In the lower ranks, people might not be doing the thing that Kalista is doing right now, which is she's pushing the mid wave, so the enemy team can't punish the dragon by pushing mid. But now, the reason we don't care, like, we don't even care about Baron is because the enemy team, they would lose the soul if they try to fight us here. So it's just the same thing, like, we're not actually hitting the dragon to get it low. We're just hitting it so the enemy team has to go into us. Here, I actually really like this trick. I think that as a Lillia player, you should try to implement this trick into your gameplay. Okay. So here they have like these frontliners up here. And I'm just fighting the frontliners. But what I see is that my ult just came up. And my E is coming up in 3 seconds. So even though I'm fighting over here, I'm just pressing my Q. What I'm really looking at is my E, and I'm looking at this Ashe. I don't think she's gonna notice me when I throw my E out because there's just so much going on here. So I'm just fighting here, and then I randomly, boom, I throw my E out when she's not paying attention. And at this range, people don't really see the E. It's like, it's such a small little ball. Boom. As soon as I hit her, I sleep, switch my targets to the Ashe, and kill her. That's how you can get access to enemy carries if they have a lot of frontline. You just kind of have to distract them. It doesn't always work. It's not always like a thing that you can go for, but it's a very good play. And now because we won the dragon fight, we also win the Baron. In this situation, all you have to do is recall. I think right here, this was funny. I canceled my recall because I need like 200 gold for my Zhonya's, but I think my Kalista takes my red buff. So now, I don't have enough money to get my Zhonya's, which kind of sucks. So I get Mage Eyes instead. At this point, I mean, this game's over, right? We just push mid. This is a pretty good game for you to watch and understand on Lillia when you should stop just full clearing and when it's time to do objectives. I'm gonna upload a video probably later this week showing the opposite. A game where I'm carrying, where you need to understand that you can't fight every objective and you should farm more. Yeah, so this is just the last team fight. Just gonna chase them down. Get my triple kill in. That should be GG. Goodbye is broken. And GG. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you learned something today. And if you liked the video, please subscribe